Hey everyone, welcome. Let's jump right into it. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for this explainer today. We are going to unpack something humans have been doing for literally thousands of years, but we're going to look at it through a highly strategic, almost scientific lens. Mastering fishing is this incredible, lifelong journey. It's this perfect mix of patience, preparation, and just profound respect for nature. So we're going to break it all down, step by step, so you can seriously elevate your game the next time you hit the water.
Because, we've all been there, right? Why do we sometimes go home completely empty-handed? There is absolutely nothing more frustrating. You pack up your gear, you drag yourself out of bed way before dawn, and then you just sit there for hours without a single bite. You're watching the water, constantly checking your bait, just waiting, and nothing. If you've ever experienced that sting of getting skunked, as we call it, I feel your pain. I really do. But don't worry, because we're going to fix that today.
I want to reassure you right out of the gate. Getting skunked is a totally solvable problem. Success out on the water is not just about blind luck. Not at all. It is a calculated science. By taking the information we're unpacking today, really understanding fish biology, reading the weather, dialing in your gear, and choosing the perfect bait, we're going to stack the odds massively in your favor.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll start with gear preparation, move on to choosing the golden hour, dive into location secrets, mix up some unbeatable bait, and finally cover the art of catch and release.
All right, step 1, gear preparation. This all happens before you even leave home.
The honest truth is, your success or failure is often completely decided before you even step out your front door. First things first, you need a rod that is both strong and super sensitive. You have to be able to feel the exact microsecond a fish strikes. Second, spooling your reel perfectly without overfilling it. That is basically a physics game. Getting it right prevents those absolute nightmare tangles and lets your line cast like butter. Then, obviously, you've got to prepare bait that's specific to your target fish. And finally, study the water flow of your spot so you know exactly where the food is naturally drifting.
Moving on to Section 2, the golden hour, where timing really is everything.
Since fish metabolisms are entirely dictated by their environment, seasonal timing totally dictates your strategy. Think about it like this. You wouldn't want a heavy, hot meal on a sweltering summer afternoon, right? Well, fish are the same. During summer, they dive down to deeper, cooler waters midday. That makes the cooler hours of dawn and dusk your absolute golden hours. In the fall, as water cools, twilight becomes insanely productive because fish are just gorging themselves before winter. And in winter, unless you're ice fishing, they're pretty much totally inactive.
But it's not just the season or time of day. It's what the weather and water are doing right now. Rising or falling tides act like Mother Nature's conveyor belt, sweeping food right past waiting fish. And actually, a light drizzle is an angler's best friend. It blurs the water's surface, it hides your line, and it washes tasty little insects right into the water. Heavy rain, though, that just ruins visibility and gets dangerous. Also, keep an eye on the wind. It pushes small bait fish toward the shore, bringing the big predators right to your feet. Oh, and full moons, they drastically increase those productive tidal pulls.
Section 3, location secrets, knowing exactly where to cast that line.
If you're hitting the coast, combining perfect timing with the perfect location is where the real magic happens. Take heavily fished coastal waters, like the ones in Vietnam, for example. During the daytime, those beaches are loud. They're packed with human activity, buzzing with boats. So you're really only going to find smaller fish. But nighttime beach fishing, that is a totally different ballgame. Once the boats dock and everything goes quiet, the large predatory fish move in super close to the shore to hunt. The serenity of the night literally brings out the giants.
But hey, what if you're an urban angler stuck in the city? Our sources mapped out some pretty incredible specific spots right in Saigon. You've got Ngoc Linh over in Bin Tong for a really authentic, natural feel. Sing Tai 30 in Bin Chen gives you this awesome eco-dining experience. You can literally catch your fish and eat it too. If you want something super serene and picturesque, Ao Sen in District 2 is set right inside a beautiful lotus pond. And Tri Rao in District 12 has these massive, wide-open spaces for a deeply relaxing day. Location is all about finding the right environment for the fish, sure, but also for your own peace of mind.
All right, Section 4, unbeatable bait. Dealing with smart fish requires smarter bait. Here's a crazy fact. In older, heavily fished ponds, fish actually develop conditioned reflexes. They learn to associate the smell and taste of your standard store-bought bait with danger. If you throw standard bait in there, they'll just swim right past it. No thank you. This is exactly why custom, secret, homemade recipes are an absolute must in these environments. You have to surprise them with something they haven't learned to fear yet.
To give you an idea of the science here, check out this highly specific, irresistible ultimate carp bait recipe. You mix sprouted rice, corn flour, roasted peanuts, roasted sweet potato, and the aromatic spice of star anise. Then, and here's the kicker, you add crushed snail and let the whole thing incubate for 2 days. That fermentation releases oils and scents that carp literally cannot resist. But a little pro tip from me to you. Do not, under any circumstances, incubate those crushed snails for longer than 2 days unless you want your garage to smell absolutely horrifying.
And finally, Section 5, the art of catch and release, ethical angling.
Now, ethical fishing practices didn't just pop up out of nowhere. They developed as a really necessary response to stricter regulations and deeply depressed fish stocks all over the globe. By practicing catch and release, we actively take the pressure off these fish populations. It ensures that the younger fish actually get a chance to reach maturity and the mature fish get to spawn. Honestly, it's the only way we ensure this sport even survives for future generations.
So how do we actually do it right? Well, one of the biggest game changers is swapping out your traditional J-hooks for circle hooks, ideally with the barbs bent down. The circle hook is brilliantly designed to just slide right into the corner of the fish's mouth, rather than being swallowed deep into the gut. This drastically reduces their stress, stops internal injuries, and massively bumps up their survival rate once they're back in the water. Just handle them as little as possible, try to keep them in the water while you remove the hook, and gently support their belly as they swim off.
Taking the pledge of an ethical angler is really just a commitment to being a good steward of the water. It means saving fish for the future by putting conservation first. It means sticking to local size limits, protecting water quality, and matching your gear to the fish so you don't exhaust them to death during the fight. And maybe most importantly, it's about teaching other anglers these same ethics. When we share this stuff, our positive impact just multiplies.
So I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. What kind of legacy do you want to leave for the next generation of anglers? The science, the gear, the perfect bait, that's all about how you catch a fish today. But the ethics, the respect, and the care you show the water, that is about making sure there is still fish to catch tomorrow. I challenge you to take the calculated science we've unpacked in this explainer so you never go home empty-handed again, but do it while passionately protecting the waters we all love. Keep learning, keep exploring, and tight lines out there.